Well, hello and welcome to the J. Sterling Hughes Show, where we share the secrets and the strategies of how we are building a successful and rapidly growing law practice. And over the past 9 years, my team and I have grown from 0 attorneys to over 25, doing over $15 million in revenue. And I've got nothing at all to sell you. I don't do sponsorships. I don't do any coaching. I just am here to document what's working and what's not working in our practice with hopes that you can steal that from us, recontextualize that in your practice, and shorten your success curve. And so my name is Jeff Hughes and I'm your host. And today I'm going to be talking about 10 credibility destroyers that I see lawyers and other professionals fall into. So do these things and be poor, and avoid these things, build credibility, get more clients, and have more resources to do what you want to do in your life. So, all right, let's get rolling. So the first one, dead fish handshake. Don't do that. When you meet a client, shake hands with a client, give a firm grasp, not too much where you crush the knuckles, of course, but a firm handshake, looking that person in the eye and building credibility right there, because that instant touch, that neuron firing that happens when that client shakes your hand, they're making an assessment of you. And give them every reason to make an assessment that you're credible, that you can be trusted, and that you can be followed. All right, that's number one. Number two, stanky breath. You know who you are, because I have been and was that person on many occasions. So you've got some struggles here. You can brush your teeth all you want in the morning. I get it. It still comes out. Carry mints around with you, especially if you're in close quarters with a client within that range. You know the range I'm talking about. Interact with them without gassing them out. It was so bad with me that I had to get my tonsils out. Okay, so I know from which I speak here. Maybe that's TMI, but that's truth. Number three, rambling and disorganized talking. If you're someone who loves to hear yourself talk and you can't explain a concept concisely and simply, you are losing credibility with the client. And I know you may be thinking, but I've got great things to say. Yes, I'm sure you do. But narrow that down so the client can follow you along and understand what you're talking about. Put those concepts on the very bottom shelf, dumb it down, call it that if you will, but it makes it simple for human beings to interact and discuss. Don't ramble on. All right, number four, failure to make eye contact. If you're by nature introverted or shy, this may be more of a struggle for you. But building that connection with another human by making eye contact with them, not staring like you're some sort of a creepy dude or something, but making eye contact at a regular, meaningful interval is so important for building credibility, because that tells the client, I might be able to trust this person. I can listen to them if they're going to look me in the eye, because they're making assessments and judgments about you, especially in that first couple seconds when they meet you, and you want it to be positive in your direction. So make good eye contact. The fifth absolute credibility killer, and I know there's going to be a lot of objection around this one, that is getting hammered. You go out with a client after a hard day in court or a hard day in the office and you get hammered. That's a bad look to a client. Trust me on that. I have seen it happen before. Not a good look. You don't build credibility. You don't convey the message that you're in control whenever you're doing that. And plus, when you get hammered, you may say stuff that you will later regret saying. So don't do that. Moderate yourself. Control your impulses in that area. It's important. All right, number six. If you want to build credibility, dress to your expectations of the moment, of the situation. And if you don't know quite sure what those expectations are, think what you should do and maybe go one slight notch above that so you can meet expectations. I see this all too often. Judges have told me this. The lawyers that show up on a Zoom call or something like that, wearing a hoodie, looking like they just rolled out of bed, bad look. You destroy credibility doing that. So stop doing that. Please stop doing that. It's making you look like you're an idiot. So dress appropriately. You don't have to wear a tie and a tuxedo, but you need to dress appropriately. And that may just mean a nice collared shirt that's pressed with something, even jeans that look good and aren't full of holes. Okay, so figure it out. Dress to the moment. All right. Number seven, talking like a lawyer is a credibility destroyer. And I know I probably got some head jerks there. Like, what? I am a lawyer or am a professional doing this. Shouldn't I be talking like that? The answer is no. You should talk like a human being. This is especially true in the consult room. Whenever a client is making that initial evaluation, whether they like you and trust you so that they want to hire you. If you put things on such a high level that they can't follow you, confuse minds, stop, pause, and reverse. You want them to not stop, pause, and reverse. You want them to trust you and like you so they then will want to work with you. So put things on the lower shelf. Now, young attorneys, insecure attorneys, attorneys with big egos. I know that covered a lot of us. But all of you folks who struggle here, bring it down. You will serve yourself and your client much more by talking like a normal person and acting like a normal person, and that makes you relatable and trustworthy. All right, number 8, credibility killer, ugly work product. There's no excuse for this. Proofread your work, send it through whatever program you've got on your computer to make sure the punctuation's right, okay? You can't put the wrong caption on something. You can't send a client stuff that was meant for another client. All of that is around your work product. Any submissions to the court, they need to be perfect. They need to be good. They reflect you. They reflect your firm and your team. So having a quality work product, very, very important. It's a credibility builder when you have it. It's a absolute destroyer when you don't have it. Number 9, and this might be the most insidious one of them all, and that is not being prepared. And I'm not talking about just the big obvious ones like your hearings for court. You know, those of you who have a struggle getting there on time and you're rushing in and you're disheveled and you look like you just got out of a whirlwind or something like that, that's a really bad look. Be prepared, show up prepared, be there a little bit early, put on your best face, best foot forward, be calm and ready to go, okay? That's just not in the court setting. That's obviously any interaction with clients. Number 10, the 10th credibility killer, and that is sloppy tech communication. I'm talking primarily about your iPhone or your cell phone, or wherever you're working with. When you communicate with a client, be a pro. Even through a text message, it means something, it matters, especially early in the relationship. Okay, that includes emails. All right, just having emails that look like text messages, not a good look. I know you feel comfortable with that. I know that's how you communicate, but figure it out. It looks sloppy and it destroys your credibility. Having good communication on your technology is an important aspect of building credibility with clients. It's likewise, having a Gmail account when you have a law firm. Okay, if you have a law firm, then have your name at thelawfirm.com, not your name at gmail.com. It looks more professional in that way. You're just finding ways to raise that awareness around your credibility builder with your client. So those are my top 10. I could go on, you could go on. There's many, many more, but those are what come to mind. And I hope that they've been helpful to you. And if you've got any value with what I've shared with you today, I would love it. It would mean the world to me if you would subscribe to our podcast and our show, as we're going to put out content on a weekly basis, just sharing with you what we see working and not working in our practice. And if you got value above and beyond, if you could like it, I would be greatly appreciated. Thank you and have a great day.